seen this in back in my humble little town of Lilyketty.
Right, this is
Is
what.
this?
Oh, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. You see kind of like an elderly, a young woman. She's kind of pretty. Uh, she is, uh, she is half elven, so she has the pointed ears. She it looks like she has a bit like some like probably mid 30s. Has some shows of age, a couple strains of silver in her black hair. Uh, Very vibrant green eyes. Just wearing a thick like heat resistant apron. Just throws like some of these heavy wool gloves off, and she kind of looks at you, and she goes, "Well, that's my dad's design. He's been making them exclusively here for for about 100 years, 120 years he's been making these, and then he's getting old to the point where he can't do it anymore. And so what we call them here are, we call them bongs. So what you do is, you fill it to the base up right here with water. You want to make sure it goes up past the little hole in the stem right here at the bottom, and you put your pipe weed in here, of course, and then you light it, you smoke it, and while you're inhaling, all of the smoke gathers in this little chamber right here, and then you pull this little uh, thing off right here, and all of the smoke collected shoots up into your lungs.
Hmm. Interesting. I'm gonna be like, may I try before I buy?
Roll me a persuasion check.
All right. Yeah, 18.
18. Well, I don't normally do this sort of thing, but sure, why not?
Ah, nice. I'm gonna reach into my little pack here and pull out my own. Don't want to. They're being so hospitable, so I'm gonna smoke my own weed, and I'm gonna light it and just blow like a couple O's as well. I'm like, this is very refreshing, very clean as well. How much does a pipe like this go for?
Well, we have standard ones. Uh, this is one of my designs personally. I'm kind of proud of it. Um, I was gonna make more, but right now it's the only one that I have like this, and I was originally gonna ask 1,000 gold for them. I know it's a lot, but it takes about 50 hours to craft it and blow all the glass on it, so it does take a bit of time. But I'm always willing to negotiate if you think that is not a fair price.
Interest. Well, it is definitely a little bit steep. But how about we do a little, barter, if you will. Um, how would you like a long sword of warning?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I'm not much of a swordsman or adventurer. Um,
Well, you can tell all your friends you are. I'm sure that will score you bonus points with the ladies.
I'm a girl.
Oh, I didn't know. Hey, I didn't want to assume your gender. I would
I
have
literally
misgendering you.
told you it was a half
Oh,
elf
I thought
woman.
you were like a little boy.
Dog.
Negotiations in the mud, right?
Negotiations are going
Amen.
horribly.
It's okay.
Oh, well, give me. Can you do 500 gold and the sword?
Ah, that definitely works for me. This is no ordinary sword. This sword has has seen, many a battle and has can save, uh, can save your life, So trust me, this is getting quite the item here. But yes, that does work with me.
I'll take your word for it. Okay. Well, this is yours. Our transaction's done. Feel free to keep looking around if there's anything else that catches your eye. But thanks for the sword. I think.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I'll take it and I'll just wander around town, find like a little aid, and do a little wake and bake, if you will.
I feel that. There's a beautiful park that it's kind of not. It's not quite on the outskirts of the town. It's sort of back where you came, towards the library in the front of the city gates that overlooks the oasis and the pool. It's pretty close to the gardens of the city, where they have like a community garden that people work at. So there could be some people there off in the distance working, but it's you get a lot of fresh aromas from the garden of fresh produce, plus the site of the oasis. It's a pretty nice spot.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll head over there.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said you were trying to find somewhere really good, but if you wanted to just be somewhere,
yeah, the park sounds good. That sounds good.
Say it's a nice park. I feel like I'm on the same vibe as you, Levi. I feel like that's a nice spot you would enjoy. But anyways, roll me a D6 real quick, Levi.
All right, give me 1 sec. A 3.
A 3. Okay, bet. As you are smoking, we'll just go ahead and do it now real quick, and then we'll hop over to Brienne and Arya. But as you are kind of smoking, taking in the day, taking in your surroundings, hearing the splashing of people playing in the water in the pools, hearing the workers, and getting the smells of the aroma from the gardens and some of the fresh tiave herbs that are being picked. It's a beautiful morning. It's very peaceful and quiet. It's been very different than the last couple of months have been traveling, and kind of gives you a sense of maybe perhaps after all of this is maybe what I would like. This is nice. But as you are kind of sitting there smoking, take a pretty hard pull, cough a couple times to catch yourself, and while you pull yourself back up to like a sitting position, kind of hunched over coughing, pull yourself back up, your eyes go up, and you see somebody kind of approaching you relatively fast, kind of like at an excited pace. He has a hood up, so you can't really get a lot of features, but he's a human figure. Kind of looks older. What you see, he has little... Ace, why are you yelling at me, dog? I don't know if you can hear this cat, but he's being so dramatic. He shows signs of weathered age. He has kind of gray beard and goatee that you can see, and the bottom part of his mouth and like face you can see is wrinkled, but top half is concealed by the hood. And he just kind of walks up towards you. Sorry to bother you, but you look very, very familiar. Does the name Ventus mean anything to you?
And if it does,
no reason. You just look like somebody I used to know a long time ago. Sorry to bother you.
No. Why do I mean? Yes, I am the last of the Ventus clan.
I see. Then I am very sorry for the loss of your family, but then my suspicions were correct. You are Smoke's kin. I knew your uncle.
Ah, interesting. How do you know my uncle?
We were rangers together. We watched over different sections of the mountain together. Sometimes our paths would intercross, sometimes we would go our separate ways, but we would always, every time we ran into each other, he was a good friend and comrade to me. Came and saved my life more than once, you know.
Interesting, interesting. It's been quite some time. I've before seeing my uncle. I actually just stumbled upon his journal not too long ago, and I am trying to locate a place, which he mentioned, is very sacred to my family and everything like that in the mountain ranges. Would you know anything about certain dragon shrine per se in your adventures together?
He must be talking about the Dragon's Mouth. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Interesting, interesting.
Has he told you the story? Any stories of the Dragon's Mouth?
No, he has not. What may these stories be?
The Dragon's Mouth has a long history. Originally, it was the lair of an ancient dragon, a red dragon. After he was slain and his horde was possessed, it was turned over into a shrine of dragons, per se, to the platinum dragon Bahamut, for a nearby city. During that time, there was a time of peace, and during that time, a cult began to rise, and murmurs of the rise of a threat known as the Dragon's Claw, which was a group of mages that worshipped the evil dragon Tiamat, the Dragon Queen. The combined efforts of the Rangers, as well as an order that you might be familiar with, the Order of Fucking Around and Finding Out, took down the wizards.
Interesting. I see. I hear that this place is in Ildrased.
That is
Correct. What would you say is the fastest way to get there?
Aside from teleporting? Because it would take multiple days by sea. But by air, it might take you maybe 3.
Interesting. Okay. Well, air travel is something I am all too familiar with. So, are there any things I should watch out for in the mountain? To said shrine.
Well, the locals there are rather cautious of outsiders. They've rather self-isolated themselves high up in the mountains to a point where, unless you travel by air, they would be otherwise unreachable. But they guard the shrine.
Okay. Interesting. Since you were great friends with my uncle, did he leave anything behind that I have so little of my family after the unfortunate events, which I'm sure you are aware. But did he leave anything behind that, in his memory?
Roll a check for him real quick. Let me roll a history check real quick for this guy. Okay, roll a 16. Well, I suppose since he's been dead for 20 years, he won't be mad at me for telling his secret, but I know he he was having an affair with some woman over in Ildrased, in one of the villages he used to watch over. I don't have any material goods, but perhaps she might have something, or maybe could give you some more information on him.
Interesting. Okay. Well, will do. I appreciate the information. And what did you say your name was again, kind sir?
My name is Regulus.
Regulus?
Regulus. Regulus. Regulus.
Interesting. And do you reside in this city?
Yes, I do actually. After your uncle was, well, killed, I retired from the service, and I bought a home out here, and I've lived in peace for 23 years now. But you look very much like your uncle did when he was young, and just brought back memories of an old friend.
Well, Regulus, here is if you ever need anything, I'm sure, don't hesitate to, reach out. And I'm gonna give him a sending stone
Okay.
in case he needs to contact me or whatever.
Well, thank you, and I hope you know that the sentiment goes the same way. If you ever need anything or advice, anything, just let me know.
Okay. And I'm gonna go, to a tree in the park.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go to a tree in the park and sit down, and I'm also gonna, telepathically, hit up Gandalf. Hey, man, I just got some shit. So, you might want to come try this new smoking contraption.
Oh yes, yes, my friend. I'll be there in a moment. and I cast teleport to this man's location.
Alright. So, we'll jump back over to the Golden Lamp Tavern and Brothel, where Brienne and I are waking up, having a little bit of a late start to the day after having such a late night out on the Oasis pool. What would you two lovely ladies like to do?
I'm a lovely lady.
Did I dream last night, Arya? Or did we fight a fucking sphinx?
35 now. My memories are kind of blurry.
Well, from what I remember, we were wandering in the desert and came across a giant sphinx that was made out of stone, and we beat the fuck out of it.
Did we?
Yeah, it was great. But I think we should maybe meet up with the rest of the group. I'm tired of brothel noises. I can hear some cheeks getting clapped 2 feet away from me as we speak.
Oh my word. So you.
Get what you pay for.
Okay, let's go and look at the other one then.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Is that the only thing we do?
Is that the only thing we did? Yeah.
Alright, you guys make your way out of the brothel, and you begin wandering about the town. You guys have been walked around a little bit when you guys first got here, and Mur showed you around a little bit as well. Is there anything you guys are looking for in particular, or are you just trying to find find the group, find the party?
We're walking through, I'm kind of just scoping around and seeing if I can see any djinn, because I'm very interested in the djinn.
Roll me a perception check.
That's that is.
I'm looking for a specific Jin too. Eventually, I'd love to talk to him.
I know.
But
I know. We talked about it, but I know.
perception, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a 5.
You do see the decorations getting put up for the Jin's Blessing Festival that is about to start here within the next 5 days. And there are many pictures and drawings and tapestries that are being put up that represent the Jin, and there are some visual representations of them as well. Each of them, many of them are depicted differently because there are as many Jin. There are Jin for each element of nature: fire, earth, water, and air. Though the most known ones are from the realms of air and fire. But there are Jin from the other ones as well. At least in my world there are. I don't give a damn what official lore says. But there are pictures of some Jin around, but there are no real ones that you can see. At least not in the city streets. They would probably be, if there were Jin here, they would probably be somewhere where people wouldn't want to be seen. You know?
And where would that be?
Not sure.
Huh?
You can. I can't just tell you. I mean, you guys have just been on the city streets. You haven't really been to, like, I don't know, like some of the official government buildings or like the palace, or you haven't even been to Murr's office, man.
It just like it around.
Well, I think Murr's with them, right?
Murr is not. You guys haven't seen Murr yet
Oh.
today.
Yeah, I'd love to go see Murr and check him out in his office. I thought he was still with Murr. They were still with Murr. Let's go check out Murr.
If Brian gets to find one gene, can she keep it forever, or how does that work?
Probably not. Depends on what happens. Probably not, though.
I've got to roll a nat 20.
He could definitely be your friend. Maybe he could give you free ice cream or something, but
I don't think Brand's not really wanting to own a Jin. Brand just wants to see one specific one and also find out more and kind of party with one. That's really
you
what
want
Brand
to party with a Jin.
Just that?
Yeah.
Like, what about the wishes?
Oh no, that's why I want to see one specific one. Corey understands that. I'm saying the only interaction Brand's ever had with the Jin is at the beginning of our campaign, where and since then I haven't seen any. So Brand's very interested. She knows that this is the area of the Jin and would love to interact with him more.
Can I have a wish?
But yeah, I love that. Can we head to Murr's office and just check in on Murr and say what's up?
All right.
Sure.
All right. So you guys make your way into like the inner sanctums of the city. Make your way kind of to the opposite end. And as you're going through, you just notice various sounds of the city hustling and bustling, different groups of people walking by of various races and cultures, elves to orcs to halflings and gnomes. You actually see a couple centaurs in there as well. But you eventually find your way up to another layer of gates. These ones, not the color of stone, but metal. These are brass. They are solid brass doors, shining and glimmering in the sunlight, still present in the day. There are 2 guards posted at the door, and as you approach, they look at you and they kind of bow respectfully. Your Grace, King Brienne, were you expected to be visiting today?
Not expected, but I'm hoping I could be accepted.
I'm not quite sure what business you have here, but the council is rather busy at the moment. Perhaps it would be better if you came at another time.
Well, I was wondering if you guys would have anything against me sitting in, maybe listening. I'm kind of new to running my kingdom, and It's been a while. I'd love to see how you guys run things around here, unless it's a conflict of interest.
Roll me a persuasion check. 'Cause
Okay.
this guy, I mean, this guy's to be fair, like above the table. This guy probably has no authority to be doing that. He's just a guard, but we'll see what happens with this roll. I just love this idea. I think it's great.
Can I roll with advantage?
Sure.
Oh, I needed it. That's a 27.
I don't really think I have the authority to tell you that you can do that or not. I'm just a guard, but I could at least let you in and perhaps make your plea to the council. They could give you a definitive answer.
Yeah, please do just that. Honestly, I'd love to listen in, and if you can make that happen, that'd be great.
All right. The other guard kind of looks at him like it's a bad idea, but he's just like, "Shut up! Just fucking open the door! Shut up!" And so they kind of begrudgingly open up the brass doors for you, and you can. It doesn't quite. You don't. I mean, it would make a noise, but there's a lot of sand here as well. Obviously, the walls can't keep all of the sand out, and so the doors just kind of scrape along the sand, and there's a smooth indent for where the doors open up. And you make your way into this massive grand foyer with what looks like red marble floors and these massive red pillars that rise up probably 20, 30 feet into the air. It's a spacious ceiling, very high ceiling, even for you, Brienne, with the high ceilings of Phaphos. And you see this kind of spiraling staircase that goes upwards into the second level of this palace. And above, from the second floor, you can see that there's a what's the word I'm looking for? A guardrail, and then it pushes outward, and you can just see that it opens up into a massive room, and you hear multiple voices coming from up there. Some of them sound rather frustrated and angry. Some of them sound to be trying to quell the arguments and trying to focus on the matter at hand. You can hear a couple insults being thrown back and forth, but one of the voices does stick out to you. It is the sound of myrrh.
Meeting, Arya. Let's sneak up and not sneak up. Let's walk up a little closer and see if we can sit in.
Ace. You begin walking through the central plaza, and almost immediately, with the sounds of your boots, each of your feet hitting the ground, and the echoing, like pounding of your feet. Not like you're pounding, but you know what I mean. The sounds of your feet. You hear the voices upstairs kind of growing silent. And you can feel like the tension rising in the room with each step of what you're about to walk into, as everybody's just kind of like hung on edge with, we are discussing kind of, we were supposed to be talking about something really important, and now we have this interrupted guest. We're not sure who it is, who could be bothering us at such a time, and you are climbing with each step until you both reach the precipice and reach the top of the stairs, and you see this room open up. You see grass kind of sticking out in various spots, walkways carved out with flowers and different various shrubbery and trees poking out of this center chamber. In the middle of the room, there is a stone dais, almost like a massive pizza stone is the best way I can describe it. In the center of the pizza stone, there's a gem, but this massive stone, there are runes carved throughout the stone, and a gem in the center, and the gem is shining a bright, shining a dark blue. The dark is like a dark ocean blue, and it's shooting energy upwards, and you see an illusion of the continent of Plogron on the of like an illusion of the city kind of projected up like a map from a top-down perspective, and you can see points on it marked with kind of to the southwest of Weiha's location. And you can see the pyramid kind of sticking out brightly in certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Landmarks is the word I'm looking for. Certain landmarks marked up on the map. For example, the city of Phaphos and the Wizarding Academy, as well as the Draystone Passageway in general, the forest and the first tree, and various other places that you guys have been in your adventuring journey across the continent. But you see Myrrh around the circular stone, kind of like leaning on it with her hands kind of in a wide spot, just kind of looking very frustrated of just like, this is not the best time for you to be here. Just kind of saying that with her eyes. Where are these fucking names? Here we are. One of them are in these kind of dark grayish robes with a long, pointy, like archetypical wizard hat with a wide, like circular brim around it. He does have a full, like, young black beard. You can tell he's rather, like, a youngish-looking guy. But he does have the long robes with the big hat. There is another figure in, like, a dark... he has a kind of gold circlet around his forehead. Dark, short, combed-back hair. He has some years to him, just kind of... he does look human, so he does look probably, I would say, in his 50s or so. Gold circle around the head, kind of these dark purplish robes appear to be made out of satin or silk, very finely made, with ancient runes and looks like, not illusions, but illustrations kind of sewn into the fabric of the robes. There is another gentleman with kind of like just a more traditional suit, but it's not really like a suit. It's more of a long coat jacket. You know, it goes down to probably about the front of the knees. Dark black turtleneck, probably not thigh high. Excuse me, that's way too high. Probably like shin high boots, tied in like a military style where it's tied around the ankle. Before it's tied around the actual boot itself. And there's another guy. It's kind of more, very much traditional clothing, workers' clothes, kind of puffs of orange hair stick out. Has these thick, meaty, hairy covered arms. He's a halfling, standing up on a chair so he can see everybody. Big, fat, big red beard, comes down to about his, like, center of his chest. It's massive. Big rosy cheeks, big fat nose. Like I said,
Santa?
he is a handsome guy. You can see all of them kind of look over each other in tension, and then finally Myrrh breaks the silence. King Brienne, is there a reason you showed up to our council meeting unannounced?
Well, to be honest, I had no clue your council meeting was going on. I came to see you and discuss some things. But as you guys know, or may not know, I am king of a kingdom, and I would love to sit into your council meeting if you would allow me. If not, I understand. But no interpretations need to come about this. I'm just here to see my friend and would love to see how you guys run the kingdom here.
Myrrh looks at you kind of sympathetically, but like in just like a wholehearted way, be like, "You're so like that's such a wholesome thing to like want and ask, and like knowing who you are as a prideful person, it kind of knows that it takes a lot for you to ask that question." And so she kind of looks at you a little bit surprised, but a little just like, you've come a long way, you know. But the silence is kind of cut through from the man in the purple robes with the gold circlet on his head. The head of the head of our rivals, wanting to eavesdrop on our council meeting in the guise of what's the word I'm looking for? In the guise of learning.
So as he says rivals, Brienne's just gonna perk the fuck up and not like aggressively like stick out her chest, but like stick out her chest and say like, I had no clue we were rivals. Like kind of like surprised that he mentioned it, kind of excited a little bit at the fact of him mentioning us as rivals, just because she's been challenged for a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it hasn't come up in a while, but especially during Butt Stallion's reign as king, they were kind of seen as rival cities, whereas the Butt Stallion would always try to enforce laws and enforce taxes and things like that, but Weha would never pay them, never, like, really, what's the word I'm looking for? Bend the knee, I guess, is the best word I'm looking for. They would never, like, they never said he wasn't their king, more or less.
That's good.
You know, and so they've always kind of like had a not hostile look of the city, but yeah, kind of passive aggressively, just being like, hey, if you ever fuck up again, we'll know about it, and we're not gonna let it happen this time. You know.
Well, knowing that information, thank you. I didn't know that. So I want to be like, well, haven't you guys noticed? I haven't been sending any reports or invoices for any taxes purposes or any word from our kingdom. If you have, I can nip that in the butt real quick. I don't feel that your kingdom and our kingdom need to be up front. We're on completely different lands, and you guys have been here for thousands of years, and hopefully, that our kingdom can be around for as long as you have.
And then
he kind of looks over everybody. Who's your friend? The tiefling. And he says it kind of like with a little hint of disgust.
I put my hand in front of Arya to like hold her back, and I say, "You respect my friend as much as you respect me. Don't let him talk to you like that, Arya."
So, I would like for you to roll me a persuasion check to see if they let you.
like someone is looking for a fight.
23.
23?
Mhm.
Fine. You can sit in on our council meeting, but no interruptions. And is she going to be here with you?
Where she goes, I goes. And honestly, what is your... Maybe we can go into this later after the council meeting, but what is your hatred for tieflings? They're great people.
Perhaps we can discuss that at a later time. But we have important business to discuss. So, what offerings have we prepared for the Jinn when we come for the end of our Blessings Festival coming up? And almost immediately as he springs it up, Mur's like, "You can't just change the subject like that. I'm trying to stand up for you, but we can't avoid it anymore." And the wizardly dressed man in the dark gray robes, you recognize them a little bit up closer. These are robes you've seen before in a different kind of style. You can't quite put your nose on it, but you know you've seen them before. But he just speaks up and he goes, "I agree. Our reports are saying that the seal is weakening every day. It's only a matter of time now before the Dark Lord breaks free of the pyramid. We have to be ready for that. And what would you suppose that we do? The guy in the purple says again. We've been over this. We can't we don't have the power. We won't have the power to restore the seal to its original strength until after the festival and after we make our offering for the Jinn. And they are expecting something big, especially if we need the type of ether and magic that it takes to bind something like Igor. And the big tinkerer-looking guy, the big kind of huskier-looking halfling kind of speaks up. I hate to say it, but I think you're right. What do we have prepared for that? That Irish accent died super fast. Maybe I'll just drop that. It's not great. The man in the black kind of speaks up a little bit. He has very dark skin, kind of bald hair, a couple gold accessories, gold like bull knocker nose ring, a couple gold chains. Well, we have. If we were going to follow last year's offering, then if we go in years past and we double last year's offering, then we would be at roughly 25,000 gold in gems, and top of an additional 100,000 gold. Yes, that is probably for the best, but I fear that we may have to put more on top of it, if you know what I mean. And they kind of look over each other in a dark matter, and Mers kind of looks by confused. Wait, what do you mean a little on top? Isn't that what always goes in? I mean, we're going to pray to them all week. We're going to have a massive feast and go to the shrine and perform the rites, so I don't see why the offering wouldn't be enough. And he kind of looks over at Myrrh, and kind of condescendingly, and he chuckles, and he just... the man in the purple, I should say, excuse me, should specify. Kind of chuckles and kind of, like I said, smacks his teeth, and he just goes... So little you comprehend about the world, Myrrh. Perhaps one day you'll understand. But if that changes the subject, if that satisfies you for the offerings, what do we have prepared for what other festival preparations do we have talked about? Is everything already prepared for that, or the master of the smiths begins to speak again. I do believe that everybody's already got their roles and whatnot accounted for. Hunt's already been done. The beast just needs prepped, as well as long as the other food. Performers are ready. Everybody's good to go. We're just waiting to get it started. So tell me, what is to be done about the next archaeological expedition? Last time that one gentleman came back with that cannon. Should we send another group? As soon as he's done, the man in the purple kind of looks down, and you can tell he kind of like clenches his fists a little bit. Let's not talk about him. That scum. And then Myrrh kind of looks over confused. I agree, he wasn't the most gentlemanly of people, but he got the job done. He got results. I hate to say it, but if he brings stuff back like that after every expedition we send him on, then... And he saved lives on the last one. He is reliable, he's quick on his feet. And then he just kind of cuts Myrrh off immediately, goes, "No! I do not want to work with Theris again. End of story." And then they kind of quickly change the subject. So tell me, Master of Defense, have you talked to uh, to the head of Arcanum about what's the word I'm looking for? Re-enchanting the walls for the sandstorm that your friends dispelled? And she kind of looks over a little annoyed. Yes, we already talked about it. After the meeting is done, him and I are going to go re-enchant the walls. Very good. Unless there is anything else to discuss about that is immediate importance, then I say we adjourn for some time. And then the guy in the purple just kind of takes a little hand gavel and just claps the table real quick, and the illusion over Plogeron fades from the stone, and all of the little glyphs and runes carved into the table turn off. And it's just a regular table again, with the runes carved in, but they're no longer glowing and inlaid with mana and ethereal energy of magic. And everybody begins to murmur amongst themselves and go off separate ways. And Myrrh kind of walks over to you all. Yeah, sorry about that. Mudain can be a little hard sometimes, but hope you learned something.
I learned a lot, Mer. Honestly, you know, I wanted to speak up a few fucking times during that meeting. They kind of treat you like shit sometimes, don't they?
It's just because I'm the newest member. It's expected. It comes with the territory, but...
I see. Well, you know, one thing that I'd love to start with is the fact that you guys have worked with Theris Black.
Theris Bernardo, right?
Bernardo. Yes, sorry. The B names, you know. So what kind of work did you guys do with him?
He's led a couple archaeological missions for us, recovering artifacts from suspected sites of Vastamule and Mirandaras. How do you know?
Well, he has world domination vibes to him, so I just wanted to give you that.
Trust me, we're aware he's sketchy. I think he thinks he's a little more suave than he really is. I mean, he don't get me wrong, I'm not his favorite. He's not my favorite person, but he gets results in the field, so.
Well, you know, to make you feel a little better, you know, we've clapped him twice.
What do you mean?
We have killed him twice.
You've killed Theris twice?
Right? Am I talking about the same person?
You guys never killed Theris.
Oh, wait, who am I
Killed
thinking?
Nada
You're
twice.
thinking Cateron and Navana.
Yeah, we're thinking Cateron. That's what I was thinking about. Theris, yeah. So So yeah, sorry, I don't say any of that. I'll take it back. Can I? And then he's definitely been one of our most wanted for a little while now. So you know, if you ever come across any information, please sending stone me, and maybe we can set up a little trap for our friend Theris.
Maybe. Yeah. I didn't realize he was. So tell me, what did he do again? I mean,
I'm not really remembering at the moment.
We'll go ahead and say that you explained everything to her.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and say you explained everything to her, and she's like, "Oh shit, I didn't." So it's a fake name? Okay. Well, this changes some things. He's okay. Well. All right, because we technically are still in contract with him. He's supposed to do one more expedition with us here actually, believe it or not, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you say?
Yeah. He's supposed to meet up with some people here, bring his own guys, and they're supposed to head out to a site in Mirandaras, which is, according to some old texts and maps that we have found from the area, apparently it was an old skyship station.
Old Skyship Station. It would be very interesting if me and my crew were waiting for Theris when he got there without his knowledge. Would you be able to keep this a little hush hush to anybody and everyone?
Oh, I'm sure we can do that. Yeah.
So, there's a couple other things I'd like to discuss with you too. They say that you are going through some kind of festival right now, and you guys are donating a bunch of things. I hear, and on top of that, there's something on top. What do you think that they meant by that?
I'm not sure, honestly. Even going throughout the ranks of the military, there were some jokes about them always taking some stuff off the top, but I just thought it was a joke, but I'm not really sure what they mean by that, to be honest. Doesn't really give me the best signs, but yeah, the festival doesn't start until next week, but yeah, preps, like you heard, the head of Tinkerers, but the prep's already done, so everything is we're just kind of waiting around until things get started. I'm pretty excited. It should be a fun festival.
It does sound like a fun festival. I'm hoping that maybe we can stick around for something like that. One question I did want to ask you. So you say that Jen is kind of one of the head gens now. Would I be able to get a meeting with him?
Maybe right now. I don't think they're busy at the moment. I mean, they're working, but I don't think they're working too hard for anything. So, yeah, follow me.
Well, just 1 second. And then this is out of context. Guys, is there anything I forgot during that meeting that you heard that you wanted me to ask questions about? Because there was a lot of stuff that they talked about, and I'm kind of high.
Okay. Theorists, you covered that. I would have. I don't know if this is a good question because it's kind of like a tense relationship, but they seem to have points or marking points on every major place that we've been to, as well as King's Standing or Fuck Around or FAFO. And they don't, up until you said something to them, they didn't consider us allies. So,
Yeah.
a little concerned about that.
Yeah, is that a question though?
I mean, I'd say just bring that up and hey, maybe in the interest of repairing relations with them.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. So, and then one more thing, Mur. They did mention that we were not allies before I took over as king. Would there be any way that you think that we could become allies? Is it possible, or do you believe that your kingdom has malintentions towards our kingdom even to this day?
I don't think, to be quite honest, I don't think we have malintentions towards you or anyone else. However, I just think that the Mudain might not have the best intentions, right? I think he just is worried very much about us and I think he looks down on everybody else, to be honest. I think he just looks down on you all, thinking that he is superior, to be quite honest, is the kind of energy he's been giving off.
That's the vibe I got from him for sure.
Unfortunately, I know I've met a couple people like that in my day, and we've ran across a couple people like that in our adventures, and more often than not, it doesn't end well. So.
Honestly, I would love to go meet with the gym now. Maybe the guys are done doing with their stuff and we can grab them.
Oh, you were gonna bring everybody, or did you just want to come? Because I don't think we can get everybody in here. You see how
Oh yeah, let's
you see how
just
the
go.
Verdain is. It was hard enough to get you in here.
Yeah, let's just go then. You're right.
All right, and he leads you down into the into a certain corridor of this red marble room, and you see some of the stonework begin to shift and change into regular colored sandstone, and you reach a metal door. And as you open it up, there is a little wooden desk sitting there. There's a couple trees in the corners. There's a little what's the word I'm looking for? There's portraits on the walls and tapestries. There's like a swiveling desk, or not a swiveling desk, a swiveling chair behind the desk. The desk is scattered with like kind of paperwork and a couple other various things, trinkets. There's a little dancing girl, like a little bobblehead dancing girl that's jumping back and forth. And behind the desk, you see his it's been a long time since you've seen him, but he's wearing the same kind of djinn attire, loose pants. He's wearing a little like vest with nothing else and a turban. But you see Amir, the genie, just being like, "Oh, hello, bearded lady. It is so good to see you again. Yes, yes."
I presume you forget my name.
No, I remember you, Brian of farts. But it's just a bearded lady. It's not something you see every day. Whatever. You don't fucking get it. But come here. Come, let me look at you.
Yeah, I want to give the gent a huge fucking hug, like one of the bear hugs that I give.
Yeah.
You know.
He gives you one right back, and believe it or not, he kind of rivals your strength. That's a pretty tight hug for you as well.
I want to like you know the moments in anime where it's like where they're like two grown ass people are just like hugging, and they're like ha 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 ha, like laughing and just like smacking the shit out of each other, kind of. But they're just two really strong people.
Oh my god.
Like smacking his back as he's like smacking my back. That kind of sounds weird, but let's continue.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to say, well, you seem like you've been living a lavish lifestyle since we freed you. Look at you now in a high position of power.
Oh yes, look at me. I have turned into pencil pusher.
Who would have fucking guessed? You, the Almighty, a pencil pusher.
Never would have thought I'd seen it. But here we are! Anyways, what? You must have traveled long distance to come here.
You know, we had to travel through a sandstorm that was a bitch. It's not a bitch.
Yes, I made that, and you destroyed it.
Oh, well,
Very
you know,
upset.
you remember Gandalf the Dark?
Of course I remember him.
Yeah, that's child's play for him. So he agreed to set it back up. We didn't realize that it was your guys' magic.
Very
So
upset,
no
but it is
malintention.
alright. All is forgiven. It is what we are here for.
Good, good, good.
I
You
don't
know,
have to do it this time, so it all works out.
oh yes, yes, it does. It really does.
I just got to tell the people to do it, right? You get it. You are in charge.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention you are talking to a king. I don't know if you were, told about
I hear
this.
things.
Yeah, yeah. It's been
Jinn
an
have
adventure.
ears. I hear things.
And he just like makes his ears grow bigger and shrink back down, kind of like animated style, you know. This and I say, of course, many rumors have gone about. Do you remember the promise that you made me and my crew when we first saved you?
Yes, I did. I said I would be able to grant you the power of wishes. However, there is a stipend, you see.
A stipend, you say? I thought freeing you was enough stipend. I don't remember you stating such stipend.
There is always fine print, so make sure you ask. But my fine print is very unfortunate. For I don't know how much help it could give you, but I have the power to bend reality at will. However, whenever I do, and you can see like this little black hole kind of conjures in his hands. You can see reality kind of bend and warp, and then through it, it just produces ice cream, and there's just a huge ice cream sundae in the middle of his hand with some hot fudge and whipped cream in the middle of his hand. So if you wish for ice cream, I could give you as much as you want. But other than regular magic, I cannot do much else.
So I look him in the eyes and say, "So we saved you, and you promised us ice cream."
Not just ice cream, unlimited ice cream. Any flavor you want, with any toppings you want. That's
And then
actually a pretty good bargain.
as soon as I hear unlimited, I like fucking start glowing and say, "Well, that's a fucking bargain." And say it's mighty fucking hot around here. I'd love one right now. A nice little fudge sundae with Neapolitan ice cream, if you don't mind.
Of course, sure. And he kind of does it again, and hot fudge, like whatever fudge sundae you said is in his hands with the Neapolitan ice cream, and he hands it over to you. Is that
And then
all you came here for? Is ice cream?
Of course not. Well, I thought we were coming here for a wish, which we did get granted. Ice cream was a great wish. And I want to make sure you understand what unlimited means.
I know what unlimited means.
Okay, well, I would love for you to provide ice cream for me and my group when we are celebrating you guys here next week. If that is a possibility,
You will be at festival?
I was gonna mention it to the gang. We would all love to see you. I'm sure the rest of the people would love to interact as well. And I've always been, ever since I've met you, I've been interested in Jin, and I'd love to learn more. And plus, I just sat in on the council meeting, and it sounds like you, Jin, are coming up on a nice little gift here pretty soon from the people. Do they typically donate a fair amount?
Oh yes, I am a special case. A lot of Jinn that work here, they stay in the elemental plane, but I get good payout from that. But they get the rest. I'm not normally involved in negotiations or anything like that, but yes, very important process to pick the offerings.
Well, that's good to hear. I was kind of just hoping that you, my friend, would be coming up on some bread. Always love when my friends come up on bread. Maybe we can discuss this later with my friends. We'd love to share I don't know if gin drink, but share a drink with you.
I have not tried to drink in some time, but perhaps it will work. But I have some stuff to do, so respectfully, can you get out of office?
Respectfully, yes, I can. How do I get cash in on this ice cream deal you got going on here?
Well, right now, give me till tonight. I will send someone to find you, and I will give you answer.
Okay, well, thank you, sir. It was nice seeing you. And fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. Bitch.
Okay, that wasn't necessary.
I think it was.
You could
It's
still
an
get.
endearing term.
Oh, to Jin?
Yes. Sure.
Well, to me, it's offensive. Just because I got this
You are
beard.
half giant. I thought you were supposed to have thick skin.
Oh, yeah, I do. But I
Doesn't
also.
seem that way.
You want to fucking find out?
Oh, you get so sensitive. I'm kidding. Yes. Good times.
As a blaze starts to come across my eyes, I say, "Try me."
Ice cream?
that just puts a big old smile back on my face, and I say yes, a second round as I leave. What a great idea! As I head out the door, I just want a fucking ice cream to like plop in my hands.
It does. And you make your way back out into the city. It doesn't take you long to make your way back into the streets, eating your ice cream. It does probably, and you probably do finish it around the time you find Gandalf and Gandalf and Aloy kind of leaned up against a tree at a park overlooking the oasis, and you see this beautifully hand-blown glass kind of structure in their hands. It looks like a glass lamp with like a bowl in the front of it, a very small little cylindrical thing that you put inside of it. It has water in it or some kind of liquid that it looks like, but out of the lamp, with the glass lid like open on a hinge, there's a glass-looking djinn figure, very similar to the one you just saw inside of the palace of the Mudain. But it looks like some type of smoking apparatus, and judging from the status of Aloy and Gandalf, your suspicions are proved correct.
Ah, Brienne, what's up, my friend? How are you today?
Man, honestly, pretty fucking content. You remember that djinn that we let loose?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we just ran into him, and guess what our wish was?
Oh, let me guess. You wished for some intelligence, didn't you?
Oh, I wish. No, I got it even better. You know how hot it is all the time here.
Uh-huh.
Free, unlimited ice cream. Can you fucking believe it?
Oh gosh. And then my ears perk up. Unlimited, you say?
Unlimited, he said. And, we could even provide, I'm thinking, to the whole kingdom.
We should put his ass to work.
I was thinking exactly that. He was saying he has tons of work here. Imagine we just send him and make him make ice cream for the whole kingdom. That would be fucking hilarious.
I look over at Aloy and I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but some ice cream sounds like a great idea right now.
That does sound very fantastic after, indulging in this,
In Mother Nature.
otherworldly contraption.
Matter of fact, where is this djinn at? Let's get.
Well, he is actually very busy at the moment. But one thing that I did come to hear, I sat in on the council meeting for the local rulers in this area. Somehow I convinced them to let me do that. Apparently, we're rivals. I don't know if you guys knew that, but so I sat in, and guess who is coming to town? I say this like below my breath, and no one can fucking hear me besides the rest of us. And I say, Theorist B, because I don't remember what the fuck this was. I want to call him Black, but that's not his fucking last name.
It's technically Night Vale, but his alter ego is Dearest Bernato.
Bernato.
Interesting. How did you find that out? How did you find that out?
I was sitting on the council meeting, and they mentioned him, and then I discussed with Mur after that we have been out for blood on this motherfucker for a while now, and he mentioned that he is coming to the area to do a little rendezvous at a local quote-unquote dungeon, and I was thinking we throw him a little bit of a surprise party. What do you think?
Yeah, surprise party of death. Absolutely.
Yes, of blood and murder.
I immediately sober up.
Just the thought of killing Darius just makes me foam about the mouth. And you see Bran almost like a rabid dog, like, like
Hey, yo.
Yo!
That's hilarious.
I look at and I'm like, and Brienne, you came up with this by yourself?
Well, I was thinking maybe we could discuss it a little bit further, but what if he walked in all nilly-willy and we're just there, ready to slaughter?
You know, Brienne. I think the genie might have given you some intelligence after all. This sounds like a great idea.
Maybe it was in the ice cream. But and then he also mentioned, fellas, that and lady, lady was with me. Sorry, that next week they have a Gen Festival here, and there was someone who I think his name was the all. Who was the leader's name, Arya? Can you remember?
Oh, the grumpy one.
Yeah, the grumpy
rude
one.
one.
The rude one,
The-
yes.
Mon-
Well, he is not very fond of us, especially of Arya. For some reason, he has a thing. Maybe he has a fetish for he was very racist. But he was basically saying that he's not really fond of us in the kingdom.
Interesting.
Well, as great as this festival sounds, I do think we have some pressing matters at the pyramid. I feel like if we don't hurry up there may not be a kingdom to have a festival in for too long.
Can you remind me what's so important there?
There's a dark lord that is attempting resurrection.
Well, you have half of the puzzle, do you not?
I have the roadmap that the Raven Queen took in information about. It's not even really the roadmap. It's more so just like the background story of how it was done. First off, you don't even fucking know that because I passed my sleight of hand check. But yeah, I do have. About
That's
that shit.
just me, Gandalf. What do you mean I don't know that?
Anyways, but yeah, there is. It's just the roadmap about how she did it and the background around it. It does not stop a second Dark Lord from coming back by any means.
Oh, for some reason I was under the perception that the hand and the eye need to be together for him to come back.
This
You
is
guys are talking about different people.
Yeah, this is not Vecna.
No, that's Igoril is the one sealed away in the pyramid.
Igora is the one that they were talking about
Yeah.
dealing with the
Yeah,
thing.
they did not talk about Vecna at all.
Yeah, we just talked about how
Vecna was a problem on the other side of the world. These people don't even know about that guy.
okay.
I mean, they do,
Well-
but not. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like
Well-
it's not their pressing problem.
Yeah.
What if we did this after we killed Darius?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't get this many opportunities in life, you know?
Brienne, who would have known you were this much of an opportunist?
Well, a lot of people. Did you not see me arm wrestle and beat the fuck out of a guy just because I was feeling it?
I don't think we have the same definition of opportunist.
Oh, well, he agreed, and I was opportunistic about the opportunity.
All right, so are we gonna? When is Theris supposed to arrive?
Well, all I know was he said that they were going to be here tomorrow, but we can always talk to Mur about this more. Oh, I'm wondering if Mur would love to accompany us on this little adventure. And then let's head back and ask him and see if he'd love to for the good old times fuck around and find out with us.
Ooh, I'm down for that.
And then yeah, and then we after we're done here, we can definitely head to the pyramid and find out what's going on.
As you guys are talking, kind of, you know, just talking about catching each other up about things that have happened, spreading, telling about the information that you all have acquired. Around this time, you see a familiar face walking up towards you all. Not where you left him, Gandalf. You see Volgrim walking up, almost as if he wasn't, because he wasn't expecting to see you there. He just looks like he's been doing some stuff about the town on his own. But Volgrim kind of joins up with you all as well.
Oh, nice. Fulgrim. What have you
Up,
been?
gang.
What have you been up to?
Chilling.
Chill. Okay. Good.
Just thought I'd explore the city a little bit. There were some artificers I wanted to go talk and check in with for a little bit. It's the tinkerer in me. Have to go check out a couple things, but that's about it.
I get really close to Fulgrim. I'm like, did you find any new magic over there? By chance?
I wish.
You
I
bet.
wish.
All right. No problems. If you do, you know where to find me.
Of course. Did you find any new magic? And I kind of give him a nudge and say, I know you always find some in every nook and cranny.
Oh yes, boy, did I find something. I'd be willing to share the knowledge that I've picked up with you, but that we'll leave that for another time, my buddy.
Fair enough.
You all kind of come together for the first time in about a day now. I would say it's been about 12, 14 hours since you all were last together. What would you all like to do? Would you like to catch Volgrim up on the information that you guys have just discussed amongst yourselves and then go from there? What would you all like to do?
I think we should definitely catch Volgrim up for sure about the plan that we are about to set in motion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd love to tell him everything but the ice cream, but I mean,
Crazy.
Crazy.
well, isn't Volgrim lactose intolerant?
Where did you get that?
Man said, isn't he lactose intolerant?
This is news to me if he is.
I've heard he's lacking some enzymes.
Bro,
he
out here.
he is not. He's not, because that's more of of shit from the higher ups of Faithos. Growing up, Volgrim was he was living in the slums. Even if he was lactose intolerant, he was chugging milk. They had substandard quality of things. Sometimes he had to get goat's milk. Wasn't always cow's milk. He had to do his thing.
I was gonna say it would be really wild. This thing is out here fighting dragons, and it's the dairy that takes him out. Of all things, like that would be crazy.
I mean, Achilles, it was his heel, bro.
Alright, so where are we going?
So we should head to the place that they're. Well, first we need to go talk to Mer, and then we're gonna try to convince Mern to come in with us to the place where Darius is going tomorrow, and kind of like set up camp inside with obviously it doesn't even necessarily have to be inside. It could just be somewhere. I have a question. With my rod of security, when we teleport away, And then after we come back, do we end up in the same spot?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, so we could technically go there, rod, away to my oasis, and then come back, to where Theris will be tomorrow.
So I mean, I'm with that plan. What
Because
is?
then there's not even a sign of us being there. They can't sense us with any magic. We're literally not fucking there.
I have no objections to that plan. Anybody else?
Let's go
Yep.
talk to Mur and see what he fucking thinks.
So, I'm confused. You want to use the rod, like in the city, or you're gonna
No,
try to go to
bro,
the place?
like-
Okay, gotcha. That's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I was
like-
confused because it sounded like you wanted to do this tomorrow. I'm like,
No, we want to
okay.
go to the place tonight, or maybe, tonight, basically, so that we're there way before he gets there. And we want once we're there, we can use the rod either from within the place or outside of the place. I'd rather be inside, but what if there's like people that we're gonna have to box? And then if we have to box, then there's gonna be signs that we're there. So I would say that we should probably do it outside the place. If that makes sense.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell. We just gotta coordinate with Mur because like Mur knows exactly where they're gonna. They're supposed. It's gonna be like an ambush because we're like he's supposed to be meeting Mur right tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's gonna be there. We just gotta. I don't think they're gonna be meeting in a place they're gonna have enemies.
Yeah, I agree. And they don't actually have enemies here. Actually, this country has worked with Theris a few times. I've learned.
Yeah, so like this should be a pretty like cordial, safe. I mean, safe for everyone, but there's type of
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah, I agree.
So we can just pull up to like wherever the spot's at, and then
Let's go talk with Mur. So we'll head out and talk with Mur.
all right, let's get it.
You all make your way back towards the palace, where Brienne had just previously came from with a hot fudge sundae. And you make your way back inside, past the same guards that just let you through. With this time you brought company, one of them says. And he kind of like rolls his eyes just because, he can't say anything because he knows he'll get fireballed
I
to
look
death.
over at him and say, "What was that?"
Nothing.
Is this the same guy?
Yeah.
Same guy.
Okay, the same dickhead. I look at him and I say, "What was that you said?"
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Don't let you not say something again and see what happens.
That'd be very interesting.
I'm not as nice as Brienne. I don't run a kingdom.
You
And then-
make your way back towards. Excuse me, where. Well, you make your way back up the stairs into the red marble room with the massive stone table with the blue gem that had the illusion of the map of the city, and you kind of can see Mur still sitting there, kind of just contemplating, thinking about the events of the meeting and you coming in and everything. She goes, "Well, this is kind of a surprise. What are you all doing here?"
Brienne,
Oh,
What do you want
yeah,
to take?
sorry. Yeah, I'll take the lead. I got you. Hello, Mur. Wait, I'm talking to Mur. Hello, Mur. I was wondering, since you were the one who provided this information, would you be interested on running one last hoorah with the group?
Explain.
Of course. So are we just in the middle of everything?
Middle of the council room where you were at watching their council meeting.
Let's step off into your office, Mern. I'd love to explain.
Well, alright, we'll step into my chambers real quick. And she takes you off to a different side room into another passage where she leads you through the red marble stone to a metal door, and she opens it up to you, and you can see a suit of armor inside the door, and you can see some familiar weapons, a glaive, and her weapons like kind of slung up on excuse me, not on pedestals, but just like hung up on the wall. A bed which looks pretty nice, pretty comfortable. Kind of silk drawings and silk sheets and linens on it. Desk with multiple documents and maps. And there's like battalion formations and battle strategies that kind of drawn out in various parts of the walls and desks and things. But this is Mer's chambers, and she invites you all in, and you all kind of get comfortable, find a place. All right. So what do we want to discuss?
Quick,
Well,
Corey,
Mer,
detect any magic coming from any unknown magic coming from this area?
You detect some. You actually detect some dispel magic. Kind of like a room that you just came from is kind of like an anti-magic room, where you can tell that it's been heavily fortified with arcane sigils and glyphs to where it can't be eavesdropped or like scryed upon.
Okay. Can I tell if this room can be scryed upon?
You do not feel the same kind of magical implications in this chamber.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was wondering. We actually, I explained what happened with Tears, and we have been, I mentioned that we're going to throw a little surprise party, a little death surprise party for him tomorrow. We were wondering if you would join us in this. No one would know, no one in your kingdom, and we can make it a little bit of a rendezvous hidden expedition across us, just us here. Would you be interested?
I mean, kind of, but we're supposed to have. We are literally contracted with him already to have another mission done. So if we're involved in a plot to kill him and then he gets away, it would not go well for us. And to be honest, it would be kind of important for him to find this ancient site. It's a former skyship station. That technology was lost. If they're able to find that, it could help jump our technology and our magical research another 100 years.
I agree, but there's nothing that stops us from finding it.
I mean, that's true.
I look at him as magical research. You say, please let me know, and Murr, you know better than anyone that if someone's going to find some magic, some new magic, it's going to be me. We can definitely take over that contract.
Didn't take you guys for archaeologists, but
I do anything in the pursuit of magic.
Would this not also help the relations between Phastos and in your country?
What a diplomat.
that's a good point. That's a very valid point. Yeah.
Also, make no mistake, I want to take Their's head off.
Well, and also, I don't believe that he will escape. We have very strong. You have very strong companions. One, and we have ways of keeping him where we need to.
Oh yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Also, I hate to be the pessimist of the group, but what's to say he's not already here? You know his infiltration skills are second to none.
Yeah, this is true, and I rebuttal with just the fact that he shouldn't have any hair standing up as of right now because he comes here regularly to do missions, and he should be comfortable. And this is, in my belief, should be the perfect time to strike.
Yeah, I agree with both points being made. There is definitely a possibility that he's already in the city. However, I did just conduct the detect magic to see if there was anything magical that could be scrying on us, which there isn't. But that doesn't stop him from using non-magical means.
He's quite crafty.
Yeah.
If you remember the last fight we had with him, he was able to just slip out of our grasp, and it wasn't any magic being used by him.
It's not for that last fight, so I don't know what happened there. What did he do?
Well, he tried to kill Aloy. He tried to blow him up.
Oh God.
Yeah, facts. So he's definitely getting branded. He's actually not even being branded. He's getting dismembered. But
I was gonna say Brandon is a little too
He already got Brandon.
Say,
You did that to him last time.
he's getting dismembered, actually.
And we did warn him last time to not be on his shenanigans, and this motherfucker has been running around causing havoc since.
I was actually against branding him, and he went and just tried to kill my whole family. So
We should have killed him, is what we should have. But
Well, we learn from our lessons, guys. This is even more of a reason for you to come with us, Mur. Listen to what he's done to us.
I'm not gonna lie, it brings back old memories seeing you guys get worked up like this. Go ahead. Alright. I would like for each of you that are helping out to roll your own persuasion check. Because I want to do something a little differently as far as the DC goes. It's going to be a skill challenge where all of your totals have to add up to a specific to beat the DC. Does that work?
All right. I'll start with a strong total of 27.
All right. So there's 6 of you, so I just want to let you know that it's going to be a high number.
Can it be 100?
you said a persuasion.
Persuasion, yes.
I'm starting with it.
Are you sure you want it to be 100?
No, it's not.
no, we don't want it to. We don't want it to be 100. No.
Mine's at 18.
So
Yeah,
21, 27, Arya.
Persuasion. We're gonna persuade this dude.
Right here. Oh, you're gonna reset, huh?
Refresh.
Refresh.
Persuasion. Oh, I know the one.
That's 11. That's good.
Oh. What's up?
Let me refresh my page.
11.
Excuse me.
That was awesome.
You rolled an 18, Alloy?
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
I like this idea, Corey.
Thank you.
It's a 12.
Group fail.
That's 89
Group
total for Corey.
No, I'm saying, I do. I mean, like a group challenge. So, like, you can have a group fail, or you can like have a group success.
Dub, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I led with fail.
Total, Corey.
Okay. So, I've counted them up. I've counted them all up. The total you wanted to beat was 80. Are you ready to hear what you rolled?
An 89.
An 89. Yes, you rolled an 89. I didn't know if anybody else was counting, but yeah.
Oh, that's peak.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my head is killing me. Well, I didn't earn this title of Musaid without getting my hands dirty every once in a while, so I guess we're riding out tomorrow.
At dawn.
Oh, well, that's a
That's
lie. You
right.
guys are trying to leave tonight, yeah. It might take us some time to travel by foot, but I might have a way to maybe to get there a little quicker.
Oh, you better be getting what I think you're getting over there, Mer.
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll
You
see.
better be what I fucking think it is, Mer. We're in the city for this shit.
I don't know what you're talking about, but we'll pick this up next session because it's getting a little late, and I'm not gonna lie, I have a huge fucking monster headache, so we're gonna call it here tonight.
All right, my boy.